There is one night you will never forget, not because something terrible happened, but because you lay there, the familiar ceiling above you, the room dark like every other night, and suddenly you felt something that cannot be explained with ordinary language. A presence. Not a sound, not a light, not a voice from heaven, just a feeling that you were not alone in that room. And you, instead of being afraid, began to cry. You did not know why, but the tears kept falling, and for the first time after months of exhaustion, months of carrying a burden inside that you did not dare speak about to anyone, you could breathe, really breathe. Most of us grew up with an image of angels built from movies. Brilliant golden light, pure white wings, a voice booming like thunder. A dramatic appearance powerful enough to make you fall to the ground. But the Bible does not tell the story that way. In Genesis 18, Abraham was sitting outside his tent in the heat of the day. 3 men appeared, no glowing aura, no supernatural introduction. He invited them to sit down, wash their feet, eat bread and a calf he had prepared. The angels ate lunch with him. What does that mean? It means holiness does not always arrive by breaking reality apart. Sometimes it comes while you are doing the most ordinary thing, and suddenly you realize that this moment is not ordinary at all. I want to tell you about a sign that many people have experienced but are afraid to mention because they fear being called strange. You wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason, not because of a sound outside, not because of a nightmare. Your eyes simply open, and immediately the feeling comes over you that you need to pray. Not that you should pray, that you need to. An irresistible urge, as if someone just placed a hand on your shoulder. In 1 Kings 19, the prophet Elijah was lying beneath a tree, so exhausted that he asked to die. He had been running, hunted, terrified, and his emotional state in that moment was not very different from many of us at 3 a.m. Only me, there is no one left. I am so tired, and the angel came, not to preach, not to give Elijah a list of 5 things he needed to do better. The angel touched him and said, "Get up and eat," that was all. No speech, no judgment. Just, you need nourishment. Stand up. The next time you wake up in the middle of the night with a heavy feeling you cannot name, do not immediately pick up your phone. Stay still for one moment, ask, "God, what are you saying to me?" Not because you must hear a dramatic answer, but because sometimes He simply wants you to know He is there. But I want to stop here for a moment and speak honestly with you. There are people reading this or watching this video who are in a real battle. Not the kind of spiritual warfare that sounds heroic from a stage, but the kind of battle only you know about inside a closed room when nobody is watching. The kind of battle where you pray and it feels like your prayers hit the ceiling and fall back down. The kind where you read the Bible and feel nothing at all, and then wonder, do I not have enough faith? Ephesians 6:12 says that we do not fight against flesh and blood, not against the people who hurt you, not against the circumstances crushing you, but against dark powers unseen by human eyes. And this is what real spiritual warfare looks like. It is the morning you do not want to wake up. It is the voice inside your head telling you that you are unworthy of love, too broken to be forgiven, too far gone to return. It is when anxiety comes like a wave and you do not know why, and even less how to stop it. That is the real battlefield. And the Bible does not promise that you will never feel those things. The Bible promises that you do not fight alone. There is a story in the Bible that few people stay with long enough. In 2 Kings 6, the prophet Elisha and his servant are surrounded by the enemy's entire army. The servant looks outside, sees horses and soldiers surrounding them from every side, and panics. "My lord, what shall we do?" Elisha is strangely calm. He prays, "Lord, open his eyes so he may see." And the servant looks again, and this time what does he see? The hills full of horses and chariots of fire surrounding Elisha. The army of heaven had already been there. It did not appear after the prayer, it was already there. The servant simply could not see it yet. Do you understand what that means? When you feel completely alone, when you think nobody understands, when you are in a battle, you are certain you are losing, the truth is not that you have been abandoned. The truth is that you cannot yet fully see what is standing beside you. I want to talk about healing. Not the kind of healing on a stage with bright lights, but the quiet, slow kind of healing that happens in small moments you do not even notice at first. Psalm 147:3 says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." Not "he will heal," he heals. Present tense, ongoing. The problem is that we often wait for healing to come like a dramatic moment. One morning you wake up and everything is gone. The pain disappears, anxiety vanishes. Old wounds no longer ache, but God's healing usually does not come that way. It comes like morning light, slowly, quietly, but impossible to stop. One morning you wake up and realize you survived that dark night. One moment when someone says exactly what you needed to hear, a stranger, at a grocery store, online, and you feel as if someone sent them. A sudden moment of peace in the middle of chaos that logic cannot explain. Hebrews 13:2 is not merely an interesting verse about hospitality. It is a reminder that the person standing in front of you may be carrying the very thing you need most today. And then there are dreams. You know the kind of dream I mean. Not the ordinary dream you forget after brushing your teeth. This is the kind of dream where you wake up and your heart is still pounding. The kind where the details remain vivid hours later. The kind you cannot stop thinking about all day. In Matthew 2, an angel appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt." That dream was not a beautiful spiritual experience to retell later. It was life-saving information. And Joseph got up, that very night. He did not wait until morning to think it over. He did not discuss it with neighbors. He acted. And it saved Jesus' life. Now, I am not saying every strange dream is a message from heaven, but I am saying this. If you have had a dream you cannot shake from your mind, pray about it. Write it down. Ask God what He wants you to understand. Because God is still speaking, tonight and the nights to come. This is what I want you to take away from all of this. Not a checklist of 5 signs to test, not a spiritual formula, but a truth the Bible repeats from beginning to end in hundreds of different ways. You have not been abandoned. Elisha's servant needed his eyes opened before he could see. Abraham needed to sit down and invite strangers inside before he encountered them. Elijah needed to become so exhausted that he collapsed to the ground before receiving care. Sometimes we must be in the right place, the right moment of openness, the right moment of exhaustion, the right moment of stillness, before we can see what had already been there all along. Philippians 4:7 calls it the peace that surpasses all understanding, not beyond all emotions, beyond understanding. Meaning that even when you do not understand what is happening in your life, that peace can still live inside you. Not because you have solved everything, but because someone is holding everything for you. Hebrews 1:14 asks a question not meant to be answered quickly, but to sit with. Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation? Sent to serve you. Not perfect people, not people who never doubt, not people who have resolved every spiritual struggle. But you, right here, reading this, carrying whatever heavy thing is inside your heart today. So the next time you wake up at 3 a.m., do not rush for your phone. Stay still and say, "I am listening." The next time unexpected peace comes over you in the middle of chaos, do not analyze it, let it stay. The next time someone, stranger or friend, says exactly what you needed to hear, do not call it coincidence. Heaven does not speak through coincidence. And if you are in the darkest battle of your life right now, remember Elisha's servant. The army was already there. His eyes simply had not been opened yet. Pray that your eyes will be opened today. God is not far away. Heaven is not silent. And you, wherever you are in this journey, are never alone.